The story begins with two guys trapped in a mountain. A man was bleeding from his head, trying to save his comrade. The man smiled for the last time, asking the other man to not lose his smiling face ever. As he said that, more rocks fell on his back and he died. He died saving his best friend. 8 years later, some people were climbing up to the Shirabi mountain. They were really tired and sweating a lot, but they didn't stop. After a while, a girl asked a man named Okajime to pick up the pace. She said that Group 4 has already passed them, so they should hurry as well. Okajime was short and fat, so he couldn't walk for long and got tired really fast. Okajime said that if he kept going like this he would surely die. From behind him, the glasses boy mentioned that it will take them 5 more hours to get to the top. Seeing him so tired, the girl sighed and asked the guy named Sawtome to carry Okajime's luggage. Sawtome agreed to her without questioning. Okajime didn't want to burden him, but Sawtome is determined to help him. He smiled really weirdly and asked Okajime to not worry. The girl mentioned to him that the way he smiles is still weird. Sawtome then told them that he was born like this. With that, the girl named Sadu asked them to keep moving forward. Seeing her rushing like this, the chief reminded her that this isn't a race, so they don't need to rush like this. He makes the decision on his own, asking Okajime to take the lead and they'll follow behind. Sadu asked her to not make decisions on his own as she's the leader. But the chief didn't listen, saying he has more experience than her. Before they started moving, the chief asked Sawtome to give some of the luggage to him, but Sawtome refused, saying he's fine. While walking, a guy named Minami asked the chief to not worry much. He said that this is the only time a musclehead like a Sawtome can be useful. He also added in the end that this mountain is easy to climb. Hearing that, the chief asked him to not underestimate the mountains with a serious expression. This scared Minami a little, but the chief didn't care. He asked him which mountain he thought killed the most people. When Minami answered Mount Everest, the chief called it wrong. The chief said that the answer is Mount Tanagawa. There have been 805 people who died on Mount Tanagawa. The total number of fatalities on all 8,000-meter high mountains including Everest is 637. And beyond this Mount Shirabi is the infamous Mount Gansai. It has the second highest number of deaths in the world. That number is 763 people. It's also nicknamed the Demon Monkey Peak. Rumors say that there's a demon monkey living on that mountain. Okajime got really scared after hearing that and asked if they're going to climb Mount Gansai as well. Sade answered that this time they're only going as far as Mount Shirabi up ahead. This doesn't mean their trip isn't dangerous. A decent number of people have also perished on this Mount Shirabi as well. If they let their guard down, they'll fall to their death. After some walking, they reached a big hill. To climb it, they put down a ladder. Okajime was the first one climbing the ladder. He was really scared because it was too high. When Sada asked him to hurry up, he got startled and his leg slipped because of that. As he was about to fall, someone grabbed his arm from the top. He pulled Okajime up, and right behind him, Sawtome quickly climbed the ladder as well. Sawtome smiled after seeing the guy named Miyata. He said that he just happened to look down and saw them having trouble, so he came to help. Sawtome then looked at his suit and asked him why he's wearing that on the mountain. Miyata answered that he got played by his colleague named Himuro. Himuro told him that mountain climbing is also part of their job, so he came here wearing a suit. Miyata mentioned that it's a pain to walk in these shoes, and everyone in Group 2 just left him in the dust. Suddenly, Okajime started crying, saying he had enough. He questioned why he had to do this sort of thing. He joined this company to make medicines, not for climbing mountains. Seeing that, Miyata smiled at him and told him that it's not that bad. Then, he asked Okajime to look at the other side. In front of them was a really beautiful scene of nature. After a while, all of them climbed the hill and reached the other groups. Right then, the president asked everyone to assemble. He knows that it was a tough journey, and he's glad no one quit halfway. Saying that, he mentioned that their pharmaceutical company is facing a difficult situation, so it needs to be reformed. And they need to do teamwork in order to resurrect it. From the crowd, a guy named Himuro called what the president just said a nonsense. He said that the manufacturing department is responsible for making the defective drugs, but the ones who got blamed are these people from the sales department. He questioned why he had to participate in this stupid trip. Hearing that, Sawtome also thought that this is stupid. Right then, his eyes met a beautiful girl standing at a little distance. The girl smiled at him, and seeing that, he smiled back. But the difference is that his smile is really weird. In the end, the president announced that today marks the beginning of a new chapter for their company's resurrection. He said that from tomorrow, they will all be working together as a team. When night fell and everyone was in their tent, Sawtome was struggling to sleep because of Okajime's loud snoring. Suddenly, he heard loud shouts of people from outside. As he opened his tent and went outside, the first thing he saw was a big hairy monkey holding a big machete. The monkey just glanced at him and then left. Right then, the people from other tents also came out because they also heard the voices. The people who just came outside the tent saw a really horrifying scene and gathered at one spot. Seeing them, Sawtome also went to check and saw a lot of dead people in front of him. The people are brutally killed. Like all of them had their heads split open and blood all over. Their intestines are scattered everywhere with blood pool forming at the place. This is only the first day of their trip and only 36 Fujitani employees are remaining after having their first encounter with the demon monkey. Sada couldn't hold on after seeing so many eliminated people, so she threw up right there. While everyone was questioning what happened, Sawtome finally revealed that he saw a monkey-like creature. Its eyes were huge and it was carrying a machete with it. When Minami and other people refused to believe him, one girl told them that she also saw a monkey. It was huge and black. Still, no one believed them and decided to talk about it later. They decided to call the police right away, but the problem is all of them handed their cell phone to a person named Suzumura. And Suzumura is dropped dead and is somewhere in these bodies. No one tried to go and find their phones because they found these eliminated people gross. In the end, they refused to disturb the crime scene and went to find phones in the tent. One guy found a bag in which all of them put their phones, but now all the phones are gone. This made the story of the monkey even less believable because now they think that someone from them is the murderer. With no phones to contact anyone, they decided to go to a mountain hut and gathered there. But because the hut was closed, they had to sit outside. They lit fires around and sat behind the hut sticking to each other. While sitting together, Miyata asked Sawtome if what he said earlier was true. With a serious expression, Sawtome swore that he saw a monkey. Minami still refused to believe it, saying there's no way a monkey would attack them with a machete. Right then, the chief mentioned that according to the local legend he has heard, Mount Gansai ahead of them is also known as the Demon Monkey Peak. A long time ago, there was an evil monkey who often caused troubles and wreaked havoc on this land. One day, a brave samurai came to exterminate the monkey. He climbed to the top of Mount Gansai and threw the monkey off the cliff, killing it. Or so the story goes. The chief continued, saying ever since then people have started to encounter that demon monkey on the mountains in this area. The monkey mostly targets mountain hikers and climbers. Hearing the story, everyone got really scared. The chief immediately apologized, saying he didn't mean to scare them. He asked them to not worry, saying no one would be stupid enough to attack this many people. Everyone calmed down a little, thinking that there are 36 of them, they should be fine as long as they stick together. In the end, everyone passed the night without sleeping. As the morning arrived, they decided to leave the mountain immediately. The president said that Group 1 will take the lead. He asked them to carry as light as possible and leave the tents behind. He said that they will descend to Maihara Onsen Gate from Yano Gate according to plan. As they started walking down the mountain, the glasses boy took out his phone. Okajime was relieved, thinking they'll be able to call the police now, but the glasses boy's phone didn't have a SIM card. Even without a SIM, the mobile is useful as they can use maps on it. As they kept walking down, the chief saw a signboard saying Yano Gate. The sign was pointing straight, so they kept going straight. But there was another path, so Sawtome asked about that path. Sada hit his back and asked him to look at the sign. The sign is pointing straight, so there's no reason to look at the other paths. After walking for 1 hour and 45 minutes, the glasses boy suddenly stopped. Tono said that even after walking for so long, they're still going straight. He added one more thing, and that is they are heading downward. He told them that the next slope will be past Yano's Gates crossroad. So, if they continue, they'll be going beyond this crossroad. Minami was confused, so Tono decided to explain properly. He pointed at the map and said that the highlighted number is the amount of times it takes. Each path has 2 numbers. This bright path is the one they're taking. Here, both numbers are the same. This means whichever direction they go, it will take them 50 minutes. And in front of the crossroad, they see a number 30 and 20. This means it takes 30 minutes to climb up and 20 minutes to climb down. If they keep heading down, they'll go past the crossroad. So, they were to turn right where that sign was earlier. Okajime was confused, saying that the sign pointed at the direction they're going in now, and everyone has been going this way. Suddenly, Sawtome realized something and he quickly ran forward. The chief tried to ask him what happened, but he didn't listen. While running, he thought that it's a trip. While passing other employees, he thought it's already the middle of October, the mountain hut has been closed, and it's off-season. So he wondered why that sign looked so new. He quickly wanted to get in front and warn everyone ahead of them. Meanwhile, Minami asked Tono what would happen if they kept going straight. At that moment, Satomu reached the slope of the Yano Gate. People were struggling hard to cross this slope. The president was taking the lead and he was going way too fast. From behind, Satomu shouted, asking them to turn back. One person turned back after hearing that, but he didn't stop and kept going. Right then, the person standing behind Satomu asked him what happened. Satomu told them that they're going the wrong way. These stairs are leading them down to the Yano Gate's slope, which is not where they were supposed to go. He told them that someone must be trying to lure them into a trap, but they didn't listen to him. They just said that he's in their way and asked him to move away. With no other choice, Satomu decided to go down as fast as possible and stop the president. He moved away all the old people from his way, going down quickly. Meanwhile, his group is also reaching the slope. Hearing Satomu shouting and asking people to turn back, Sata called him a problem child and questioned why the company hired him. When Minami asked her why she's calling Satomu a problem child, Sata answered that she checked his profile and found that Satomu had killed one person back in his high school days. Before Minami could say anything, the voice of scared Okajime disturbed them. At this moment, Okajime is also climbing down the stairs. Satu, like the dumb girl she is, didn't consider motivating Okajime, but instead got angry at him, saying he's holding up the rest of them. Meanwhile, Satomu finally reached Miyata. He told Miyata that this is a trap and suggested that they should head back. Before Miyata said anything, the girl named Rin asked Satomu about the other members of his group. Hearing that, he looked back and told her that they're most likely at the stairs now. Because Okajime was taking a lot of time, other groups had also gathered by the stairs, asking him to move quickly. Standing in the crowd, Minami called Satu and was about to ask him more about Satomu. But when Minami looked back, she saw a splash of blood in the very back. And then, a big monkey holding a machete appeared there. Before they could react, the monkey plunged his machete into a guy's shoulder. Then, after butchering the guy properly, he was about to move to the other people. Seeing the monkey, everyone got really scared and started rushing down the stairs. There was not much space in the stairs, and because of the crowd, people pushed each other and everyone started falling down. The fall was really high and almost all the people got injured badly. Satomu looked at the monkey who was looking down at them. The monkey didn't climb down the stairs but left them alone. Luckily, the people of the Satomu group had plot armor and they all survived with minor injuries. The president asked everyone to gather to plan what to do next and assess the situation. When the president asked what happened, Sata shouted, saying she saw a monkey and it did all of this. Then, Miyata asked Satomu what he was talking about the trap earlier. Satomu explained that the sign they saw was a fake. He said that this steep stair is called the Yano Gate slope. The right way to the onsen gate is above the stairs, which means somebody has been trying to lure them to a different route. At that moment, Minami pointed at Tono and said that he had a map. Tono handed his phone over to the president and he saw that instead of turning right like they were supposed to, the fake sign misled them into going straight. Right then, a guy named Anze arrived there and told them that 6 people have been eliminated and 11 people are either unconscious or have their bones broken and can't move anymore. And also, they still have 4 more people who didn't come down. According to Satu, they were attacked and killed by the monkey. This means that since last night, they already have 14 people dead. Suddenly, a guy showed concern that if they go back up the stairs, there's a chance the monkey is still waiting for them to kill them. Then, the lady questioned what they were going to do now. They needed to go back up the stairs again if they wanted to return. There's no other way. The president was about to talk about going ahead, but Satomu immediately disagreed. He said that ahead is Mount Gansai, which is a really dangerous place. When he said that they should go back, Sata called him stupid, saying going back would be more dangerous than going ahead. Satomu started worrying, saying that the monkey must be planning to kill them all. At this rate, they'll fall straight into its trap. At that moment, Minami reminded everyone that Satomu was shouting at them to turn back. He said that if everyone had listened to him and turned back, they would all have been attacked by that monkey. He told Satomu that this is the only path leading up the cliff. If they get attacked by that monkey, where the hell are they going to run? Asked Minami. Then, Minami revealed one more thing. He said that he heard that when Satomu was in high school, he killed one person. In the end, even the chief said that they shouldn't go back. He pointed at the mountain in front and said that if they could get past this mountain, there would be a resting cabin at Nakadaki. He suggested that they should split into 2 groups. Those who can still move will take refuge there. He also mentioned that the cabin there is really big, so the chances of them finding a phone there are really high. They can use that phone to call for help. Hearing that, the president, who was already thinking that would not reach Mount Gansai, agreed. He said that if it's just until the Nakadaki cabin, then it's doable. The president said that anyone who can still move will head to the cabin and the rest will stay here. Satu immediately decided to go with them. Minami and Okajime decided to stay, and the chief decided to stay as well. But the president didn't let the chief stay behind. He said that he had the most experience, so he should go with them. Before leaving, he made the guy named Tanaka leader of the group that was staying behind. As they moved forward, they saw a warning board that said, "Beyond this point is a very steep hill. Numerous accidents caused by climbing fatigue occur in this area every year. Those who are not confident in their strength, please turn back from here." After reading the warning, everyone moved forward. After climbing the rocky terrain for a while, a girl started breathing heavily. She was really tired and was lagging behind. She was about to pass out when Miyata appeared beside her, asking her if she was fine. He decided to help her by carrying her backpack. Seeing that, a girl, who was in front, felt really irritated. Ignoring her, a man asked Tono how much further they would have to climb. Tono checked the map and said that it takes 4 hours and 50 minutes to reach Maydake. So they'll have to keep climbing for at least 4 more hours. The man felt even more tired after hearing that. He was sweating a lot and wondered what kind of training president does to climb so fast. He pointed out that their old president had to quit after he got involved in that scandal. He mentioned that they're a pharmaceutical company, so coming out and climbing a mountain is a really terrible idea for improving teamwork. Saying that, he looked towards Satomu and assumed out loud that this activity should be fun for him as they're already used to moving around because they're from the sales department. Before Satomu could say anything, a man climbing right behind him asked him to shut up and focus on climbing. Another man was huffing a lot, saying that he's from the research and development department. He said that he didn't enter this company to do this kind of thing. Hearing that, Izuka mentioned that the people of the research department are responsible for all this, so they shouldn't be complaining. They're the one who made that drug, causing the replacement of their old boss. At that moment, Satomu thought that the incident with their drug having a harmful side effect. That was 3 years ago. Due to the rumors, the company's performance deteriorated. They took a big financial hit and had to go under a radical overhaul. In the end, even though there was no evidence that the drugs were either defective or harmful, the former president still resigned last month. After getting appointed, the first thing the new president did was organize this mountain climbing trip for all the company employees. All that happened before Satomu joined the company, so it has nothing to do with him. He wondered if this was his big mistake for joining the company or his father calling him. It turned out that the person we saw at the start of the story was Sayatomu's dad who died saving him. At that moment, Satomu saw the shocked faces of Miyato and Rin and one other girl. He asked them what happened and Miyata pointed at his back. Following the direction, Satomu saw the place where injured and weak-willed people were staying. There, the monkey monster had arrived. As the monkey started killing them one by one, Satomu remembered Okajime. Without wasting a second, Satomu ran back down. Before Miyata could stop him, big guy Enze followed behind. Even though Satomu climbed down as fast as possible, the monkey had already completed his work. Everyone who stayed behind is already dead. Almost all of them got slashed in the back and had their limbs missing. Satomu shouted, asking the monkey to show itself. At that moment, Enze also arrived at the scene. Enze also realized that they were too late. Right then, Enze started looking around and mentioned that the stairs are in front of them. The people here should have been able to see that monkey coming to attack them. Enze wondered why the people here didn't run away. As he questioned where did that monkey come from and where did it disappear to, the monkey appeared behind Satomu. It slashed him from behind, but luckily, the slash had only cut the bag that Satomu was wearing. Satomu reacted quickly and tried to land a punch, but the monkey was easily able to dodge it. The monkey was about to lunge at him again when a big rock was thrown in between them. Enze picked up another big rock from the ground and threw it toward the monkey, but it was able to dodge the rock. Continuous attacks of rock made the monkey realize the danger and it started running away. Satomu followed it quickly to not let it get away. But after some running, Satomu was at the edge of the cliff and the monkey was nowhere to be seen. Enze appeared beside him and asked him where did that monkey go. Satomu was really shocked and answered that it jumped off from this cliff. This confirmed that the monkey didn't come down the stairs, it came from the side of this cliff. Saying that, they both thought that the monkey might really be a monster. Then, They both came back to the scene and counted dead people. There are 8 of them, but Okajime, Minami, and a person named Tanaka are missing. Anze and Sawtome started shouting their name, hoping to find them as quickly as possible. At that moment, Sawtome heard someone crying. As the voice came, Okajime came out of the bushes, asking for help. Seeing him, Sawtome quickly reassured him that the monkey was gone. They asked him about Minami, but Okajime didn't know. Right then, Minami also came out of the bushes. They couldn't find Tanaka and started heading back to regroup with the others. While climbing, Anze told them to be careful as the monkey might appear in places that aren't hiking trails. Sawtome called it really weird. He said that he doesn't know if it's really a monkey, but there's something very special about it. It also knows a lot about this mountain. At that moment, Anze remembered Utoya Island, Norway, in 2011. One day, on a small Islam on the outskirts of Oslo City, Utoya Island, a group of many teenagers gathered. There was a summer camp for the Labour Party's youth league. On that island, there was a terrorist armed to the teeth. Taking advantage of the island's secluded position, the terrorists massacred the group one by one. By the time the police arrived, 69 people were already dead. Hearing that, Okajime asked if that monkey could be a terrorist too. Anze answered that he doesn't know about that, but this mountain is just like that secluded island. For all they know, they might have gotten caught up in a well-calculated murder scheme. And to find out if that's true, they just need to catch that monkey. Suddenly, Minami asked Sawtome if he had really killed a person before. Sawtome answered by saying that he had actually killed 2 people. Hearing that, Minami was really scared and asked Anze if they should really be traveling with him. Anze picked up a rock and crushed it with his hand, saying no matter how many people Sawtome had killed, Anze is stronger than him. While talking, they finally regrouped with others. They told the president that 8 more people are dead. All of them became really scared after hearing the news and wondered what they should do now. The president said that they have no choice but to keep heading to the mountain hut. There's nothing they can do if they stay here. Right then, Okajime saw Izuka drinking water and asked him for some. But Izuka refused, saying he doesn't have much left either. While climbing, everyone gulped down water little by little. The chief shared his water bottle with Okajime and continued their climb. At that moment, Izuka smiled, saying everyone is running out of water. He questioned what would happen from now on. A while after he said that, someone ran out of water and started asking others for some. Sawtome mentioned that the company had asked everyone to bring 2 liters of water. He also asked the chief if he still had water, and the chief answered that he was almost out. There's a formula to calculate how much water a body needs. Body weight multiplied by the amount of time climbing multiplied by 5 milliliters. So if someone weighs 60 kilograms and climbs for 8 hours, it would be equal to 2,400 milliliters. Initially, the company only planned to walk for 7 hours and 3 days and night, so 2 liters was barely enough for them. Steep slope, intense heat from the sun. Stress, along with fear and lack of sleep. Because of all these reasons, dehydration would surely occur faster. After some time, a girl shouted, suggesting that they should take a break. The president asked her what time it was and Anze answered 2 o'clock. With that, they decided to take a little rest. While resting, the president asked Anze for his opinion on this situation. Anze answered that their situation isn't good. Everyone is already pretty tired and this heat is only making it worse. Just standing is enough to make everyone lose water and most people are already out of water. Anze suggested that they should do something about the water first. The president quickly gathered everyone and mentioned their problem of water. He asked everyone to hand over their remaining water to Anze and he would be in charge of it. Anze told them that during break, he would distribute water evenly for everyone and asked everyone to cooperate. Hearing that, a girl named Fujishiba wasn't happy. She said that she tried her best until now to save her water as much as possible. She said that she wouldn't agree with this. But they ignored her and decided to make groups. Group 1, the president would be their leader. Anze, Tsuji, Kuroki, and Baba would be in this team. Group 2 leader would be Himuro and it would consist of Hayashi, Tarachi, Miyata, Izuka, and Fujishiba. Last group, group number 3. The leader would be Satu and the members would be Hasegawa, Minami, Okajime, and Tono. After making the team, Anze asked everyone to hand over the water. After mixing everything like water, Coke, sports, and drinks, the liquid came out to be about 1.8 liters. No one was happy with the amount but they had no choice but to move on. While walking, Fujishiba spotted Izuka drinking water from a small bottle that he hid from everyone. Seeing that, she was about to cry but Izuka asked her to stay quiet. Everyone asked for the water from time to time, but the water was in strict hands. They had to endure and climb without the water. After some time, they finally saw the summit and were really happy. Time listed on the map is at best simply a rough estimate. Even if it says 1.5 hours, a pro can finish it in less than an hour, while a beginner might take 2 hours. These people walked for 6 hours on the first day. And on the second, they've walked for 9.5 hours. So in total, they have been marching for 15.5 hours. And now by 5 p.m. in the evening, they still haven't managed to cross Meidake yet. Now, they decided to take a little break. Okajime was really tired, crying that he can't walk anymore. As they sat to rest, a man named Tarachi started smoking. Sada asked him to not smoke, but he ignored her and kept going. At that moment, Anze decided to distribute water. Starting with ground one, he gave only enough water just to keep their mouths wet. On the other side, Fujibasha was begging Izuka to give her some water. Because she knew his secret, he had no choice but to share with her. But he also put one condition. She had to form an alliance with him. After everyone drank their water, Anze announced that they would rest for 20 minutes now. Right then, the chief said to the president that he wants to talk to him. The chief explained that their speed is too slow compared to the time on the map. This route should have taken only 4 hours and 50 minutes, but they've been walking for 7 hours and still haven't made it there yet. It's still going to take more than an hour to reach the summit. And from Meidake to Nakadaki Cabin, the estimated time on the map is 90 minutes. But with their speed, it might take them twice as long to get there. Saying all that, the chief mentioned that the sun would start setting in like 20 minutes. And suggested that they should set up camp here and continue their journey in the morning. The president was worried at first, but after considering everything, he decided to listen to the chief and set up a camp here. At night, all of them were sitting together, watching out for the monkey. The president announced that Group 1 will start standing watch, and then switch turns every 2 hours. After 2 hours, Anze came to the group and asked the Group 2 to stand watch. 2 more hours passed and now it was Group 3 turn now. Minami was excused from watching because his arm was broken. While Satome was standing watch high on the hill, he spotted a town afar. He thought that within that town's light, a lot of people are eating dinner, drinking beer, laughing, and just enjoying their life. Suddenly, he thought about his father's last smile and said that it's hard to laugh properly. At that moment, he heard a loud shout. Everyone woke up immediately and followed the shout. A woman pointed toward the rock. Behind it, a man was laying dead. While everyone was thinking what happened, Satome shouted, saying it's here. Anze and Satome quickly took the lead and asked all the women to stay in the back. They're ready to face off against the monkey. All of them gathered together, holding rocks. Tono asked everyone to wait until the monkey got closer and then throw all the rocks together. But dumb Okajime had the survival instincts and a brain of a sloth, and couldn't understand what Tono said. He threw the rock while crying, and seeing him, other men also threw their rocks. Only Anze and Satome kept holding it and tried to stop them, but no one listened. At that moment, the monkey turned around and brought out something that shocked Satome. It brings out a bow and shoots an arrow. Fortunately, the arrow didn't hit anyone. Seeing that, the chief was really shocked, asking how a monkey could use a bow. And others started running around in panic. The chief asked them to stop, or they would trip and fall in this rocky terrain. No one listened to him and they all kept running and scattered in different directions. As the chief said, almost all of them fell and got injured. Meanwhile, Anze dashed toward the monkey and punched it in the face. At the same time, Satome threw a rock at it, making it lose focus. Then, Satome asked Miyata, who was hiding behind him, to lend a hand. They both used their full force and threw a big rock toward the monkey. Mix in with the big rocks, many small rocks hit the monkey and then it disappeared in the dusty smoke. After that, the president asked all the people to get together and keep the watch. Like that, the morning arose. In the end, only one person died. After seeing the dead body, Miyata looked at Satome and asked him if the monkey was really the one who did this. There are still 11 volumes left, all having 10 chapters. So this manga is really long. It will take some parts to cover completely. Subscribe and suggest similar disturbing, horror, and gory manga in the comments section.